So people watched the final message and they saw a different Andrew Tate. I don't know what went on in between the final message and this Rumble video. We'll ask you that. Maybe you can actually first provide some insight into that, because the question that everyone left the final message with was, what is he going to do next? He implies through that video that he's going to take some time. He at one point says that he's only going to do stuff that's positive. It was a little bit confusing to me. I said, is his whole tone going to change now? Is he not going to hold people accountable? I was confused as to where he was headed. Then that closes. I don't know if then he gets a deal with Rumble. Something happens there. He comes out in this Rumble live stream and he's back. You know, the tone is back. Yep. So what is your take on that before we dig into the,
I was just going to say, I of course I watched the whole thing, and that's classic Tate right there. It's Tate in his own environment. You got to remember that the video he did, which was his last video, that was very controlled. That was very produced. It was very polished, let's just say. I mean, with all the kind of like the stock footage and everything that goes, and the piano music playing.
The music, yes, the music was a nice touch.
Yes. And which really I kind of thought was unnecessary, but like I get why they did that. But I think it was more of a, well, you've run me up, you've crucified me. Yeah, I am the martyr now. I'll accept my punishment. But before I go, let me explain to you what I'm really all about. And then when he does the Rumble video, and I don't know for a fact, I'm not aware of any contract or any kind of like, co-op that co-branding that he has with Rumble, although they are, definitely now co-branding. And with Getter, I guess, is the social media app that he's pushing right now too. I'm not aware of any of that collab like that, but I will say this: is there was 145,000 live views of that hour and 15 minutes he did on Rumble, which I will say is more than Tim Pool and Ethan Klein from H3 can generate combined on their best shows. So clearly there's a want and a popularity here where they want to see what's the next thing that's coming from Andrew. Obviously, the farewell video, the last video, whatever, is not the last video. It might be the last video he does on like mainstream media, but of YouTube and Twitch and TikTok and all that. But on alternative platforms such as Rumble, such as Odyssey. And by the way, before anybody asks, yes, I mirror to those sites as well. But the fact that he's like sort of back in rare form once again, that's what he knows that's what his audience wants. The audience that he was broadcasting to with the final video versus the Rumble video are two different things. They're two different animals. The people who come to see him on Rumble, they have to go seek him out. They have to hear through the grapevine that he's going to be on Rumble. Whereas the Vimeo video is there just for like popular consumption of anybody. So that's where he's coming back from.
Let's take a look at the tonal difference. I have this at 7:39. Tyler,
I said it's classic Tate. Yes.
It's really, I mean, honestly, I laughed out loud many times watching this. It was funny. I'm not going to lie. Even parts that you're like, did he just say that? I laughed. But this is the tone that we're talking about. Go to 7:39. You can start it, Tyler.
Any woman who's around me feels safe. I thought we could sit around and talk, but no, you decided my opinion isn't worth anything. You decided all the millions of men who think like me are worth fucking nothing. You decided that. I didn't want this war. You fucking did. And then you told me that I'm not allowed on your platforms, and you told me that I'm not allowed anywhere. Well, that's fine, because I have soldiers, and we're going to penetrate the matrix. I'm going to play a video, and I want everyone to make an Instagram story, and let's put it all over motherfucking Instagram. Fuck you, Matrix. This war has just begun. I ain't going nowhere. You have my address. You know where I'm at. Come get me.
This is the best. No, you have to, Tyler, do me a favor, play the video, because I lost it. You see him. He dances through the video. I mean, it's like there's music here. I don't know if you want to play that, Tyler. It's up to you. But okay, so essentially
don't play that because you'll end up getting a copyright strike for the copyright of that video. It's that music, anyways.
So bottom line, thank you for that, Rollo. But bottom line is he comes.
I've learned the hard way.
He comes in. He's fired up. It's a different Tate. And no one knows now. Everyone's like, okay, well, what is he going to do next? Do you have any clear indication of what he's going to do next, how that's going to manifest, what it's going to look like? Do you have a good guess?
In all honesty, I think he's already... some people, there's my biggest like observation, I think, of this whole thing is like, you have to have seen this coming. So is this part of the, I saw this coming? I knew we were going to have to sort of get into we're going to have to like pivot, right? We're going to have to do some sort of new branding. We're going to have to get to a new platform. I don't think that this took them by surprise, simply because even you are saying, did they have something going on with Rumble? I think probably everybody is thinking that too. And he's definitely drawing an audience. You probably remember when Donald Trump got kicked off of Twitter, and everybody wanted to go over to Parler at that time. It was going to be the Twitter killer, or Gab was going to be the Twitter killer. None of that ever materialized. And even with Donald Trump saying, hey, we're all going to go to Parler, we're all going to go to this platform, he's always been saying, hey, we're going to create a new platform for our people, for our tribe, or something like that. That never materialized. But Andrew Tate can drag in more live views than Donald Trump can on an alternative platform. So maybe there's some hope in the fact that maybe they're going to have a Rumble could be an alternative platform in a real sense. But again, it's kind of like Joe Rogan being on YouTube and then going over to Spotify. Is he bigger on YouTube or is he bigger on Spotify? And when he goes over to Spotify, he's at the mercy of the woke mob who is, wants to delete his old videos. And now he's just like, don't care, made $100 million, do whatever you're going to do. I'm going to keep doing what I'm going to do. Is he more popular on Spotify or was he more popular on YouTube? Is Andrew Tate going to be as effective and as notorious and as household name now because he's been banned off those formats? I hope not. I hope we can make it work. I'm going to go over to Rumble. I've already mirrored to Rumble anyways. I've mirrored to Odyssey and Rumble. I've got Getter. I've got Parler. I've got Gab. I'm still waiting for people to talk to me on like Gab. But is it going to be something that's going to inspire people to come over to a different platform? I would hope so. But I have to say, I have to be cautious in my optimism.
If you like the short clip, you can catch another one here, or you can catch the full episode right here.